Hey, what's up, guys? Pastor Jim here with my friends Dylan, Quinn.
Everybody.
What's up, guys?
And so I was hanging out with my eldest, Isaac, the other day, and we were talking about role-playing games in which all of us regularly engage in some form of, whether it's through a video game or we've got Force and Destiny, which is a Star Wars version, and even D&D proper. And I think, about the fact that, a lot of times these things are what you make out of them. And if you want to get together with a group of people and pretend to be stoned and sleeping around, then you're creating your own issues. And he was telling me about a video that somebody had told him about called, oh man, what is it called? Dark Dungeons.
That's right.
And it is about the perils of RPG role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. And so I started it, and being honest, I told these guys, and made it to about the 4-minute mark and had the idea that we should watch this and commentate on it like Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Yeah.
Mystery Science
Yep.
Theater. Yeah. So... Quinn, why don't you tell them what we're going to be doing?
So we're going to watch this video, and we're just going to do a reaction video of it, right?
Yeah.
And, potentially at some point, if this thing goes well, what we would like to do is do a Dungeons & Dragons few episode podcast where we play the game and kind of be goofy and stuff like that. I've played it for a long time and just show people that it's not like playing the Ouija boards. It is, like Pastor Jim said, you can make out of it what you want. So
now, I do think, and I've said this before to these guys even, like the Ouija board it has a specific design that is intended to contact spirits. This is not the case with a role-playing game. Can somebody turn it into that? Yes, but, I guess you could turn Uno into that if you wanted to. I think Miss Hope tries down the street all the time.
yeah, you could do gang Uno.
Yep.
With the different colors.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So, 40
For
minutes.
your viewing
gonna start
pleasure, Dark
All right. Oh, well,
Dungeons.
so you're going to kind of see it and hear it. If you really want to hear it properly, it is available on YouTube. Link in the description below.
Yeah, so you won't be able to hear it the best. So kind of the situation with these things is that we have to continually talk over them, and it can't go longer than 30 seconds without us talking, without it getting a copyright claim, which I guess in this case, I don't really care anyway. But so yeah, this is going to be it.
Let's do it. Now, I'm going to admit, like right here at the beginning, I thought that little picture of the castle had some decent, like, little cartoon graphics. See the pentagram? See it?
Yeah.
They
And
use
this is 2014, by the way.
Oh,
well, that's what it said.
yeah.
I-
Astrology and tarot card sales are pulling more and more young people into.
Because this is exactly what people do, is they get together with
Look at
computer
the
monitors.
D20.
They've got computer monitors in the back,
Dude, yeah.
like all
It's got a
evil-
D20 with the all-seeing eye on it.
homosexuals than ever before in history.
Whoa! Did he? Hang
Yes,
on.
he did. There you go.
Hang on, I gotta go back.
He did.
Tarot
All right,
cards.
hang on.
Oh, that's-
We got 10 seconds. I gotta hear what he just said.
Okay.
Into the dark ones. World politics are steadily progressing towards
Our
one world government.
One world government.
Agents.
This is,
I am
yes,
excited to announce
because
that this year more people
more.
have decided to be homosexual than ever before in history.
role-playing games totally do this to you. You need to be careful.
And have spread far and wide across the land. If we can corrupt just
It's gonna be
Yeah, they have like a map of America with like these are the D&D groups that are taking place as we speak.
Look at all of the D&D groups meeting across the nation right now. And then you
Oh,
have
no
the intro
way,
of Dice
bro.
with Blood for the sacrifice.
a zombie orifice entertainment production.
We might want to turn it down just a little bit. I don't know how loud that'll be over us, but one of the things I want to say watching this is like I do feel a little bit bad because there probably are some good people involved in the process.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And their intentions aren't bad, you know. I mean, somebody like they had a passion for film, and this was their baby project.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I feel like it's misinformation.
Yeah. Wrong project.
Wrong project. And
Is it-
like all these dice dropping into blood, man, it's
Yeah.
bad. Remember to pray, though. J.R.
Oh, this is
Tolkien.
based on a Chick Tract thing.
Yes, it's based off of. That's why I was saying just a moment ago, like I couldn't figure out how to spell chick, but I was saying
So
it wrong.
before we move forward, you know, one of the things that I could remember playing Dungeons and Dragons as a kid was
The blood.
the guy that got me into it.
He brought a vial of blood for y'all to throw your dice into.
No, I mean he was a goth guy.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
not
There's no doubt.
really goth, but you know he wore like darker clothes and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and so a lot of the perception back whenever I was a kid around stuff like this, it was kind of the groups of people that were playing it, but I think that coincidentally, like it just so happened to be that at the time, and everybody thought it was weird. I swear now, stuff like Stranger Things, you've got
Has really brought it
everybody's
into the.
you know a little bit interested in it.
Well, yeah, it's got a renewed sense of interest in it more than ever before. But I think that the problem is that even people like the guy you're describing were so no, I don't really want to say misunderstood, but just they weren't tolerated in the church community in general.
Well, I mean, and think about how like our group. So the games really do go outside of just gameplay. Like it's never just we had this game and we don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
even for us playing like Force and Destiny, or even like talking about playing D&D, or when we were playing some, like the game doesn't stop.
Well, the
I mean, like it
relationships
does,
don't.
yeah, but like the excitement surrounding
Yeah,
the thing just doesn't stop when you get done. So imagine these people talking about, I cast this spell. Like when you start talking about spells around church people, or I'm a cleric doing it. It's like, it's just all of a sudden this language will just set off
Yep.
people freak out about what they don't understand. And when you
Same
start
people
using
who-
language that is familiar enough to them, but in a context in which they don't understand, it just they
These are the
freak
same.
out.
These are the same people who will freak out, and then the new Chronicles of Narnia is coming out. Yeah, I know there's a witch in it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or the Lord of the Rings. J.R. Tolkien was he was a believer, and I know it's got a wizard in it, but that's okay. And it's like that's really hard to sit there and you're sitting here trying to lead your kids to Christ, and you're going to tell them that it's only okay when the person who wrote it claimed to be a Christian.
I got told to leave someone's house
yeah, you
over
told me
that one
about
time.
this,
I mentioned that there was Harry Potter was on the TV, and I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, and we were just watching it, and his dad came in and said to turn it off, I think. And we might have, and I mean, might have still been in high school or a little after high school, and his dad like walked out or went back into his room or something and was like, that better not be on my TV. And when he left, we turned it back on or something, and then he was like, I said turn it off. And I was like, how is this? He's like, you're not gonna be bringing like the spirit of witchcraft into my house. And I was like, and I literally said, but you have the Chronicles of Narnia series on your bookshelf. And he just responded with, Dylan, get out of my house now.
yeah.
And I was
Now,
like, okay.
I will say, turning it back on when he asked you to turn it off was rebellion.
Well, that's what
Even the Chronicles of Narnia, whenever I was a kid,
he
the
can talk to
Chronicles-
his son about it.
Okay.
I didn't turn it back on.
Oh, okay.
My grandparents bought me a box set of like the Chronicles of Narnia books whenever I was a kid, and I was like, I don't know. I took as a kid everything that my parents told me literal. So at 6 years old, we moved from a trailer to a big, nice house that my dad built, and one of the first things that we did was, hey, this is what you do in case of a fire. This is what
Yeah.
you do in case of like somebody comes in, like a burglar or something. And I took all that stuff as they're telling me this stuff because
the
at some
fire's coming.
point,
This
know,
will happen to me.
yeah, it's probably going to happen. And so I honestly don't even remember why I was saying that at this point.
All right, come on. We're 2 minutes
let's
into a
go.
40-minute
Let's do it.
video. So, all right, here we go. Color grading looks okay.
Me too. I'm so glad I got a special gal
Okay,
like you as my
do we just mumble to get to our 30 seconds, or do we just deal with it?
I don't know. I guess we just deal with it.
Than my childhood friend.
Yeah. Growing up in Aberdeen was fun and all, but now I'm ready to see the great big world. Just think of all the things we can do, and all the souls we can save now that we're
All the souls.
All the souls we can save.
I mean, to be fair, when you
I mean, souls do need to be saved, but I don't know how many people are talking.
look at
My name is Mike. I'm a senior, and I'm here to help you with your.
they're still not allowed to wear pants.
College is an exciting time of life.
Well, he is.
No better way of experiencing it than to join an organization.
Sick.
Dude, 2014, and they got their hands
Dude.
on one of these.
I mean,
Young America Films.
Presents college life.
In addition to academic study, college
Golly,
provides
dude.
a wealth of enriching extracurricular activities.
I remember when archery was a thing.
And bowling, basketball, violin, dance.
Dramatic and performing arts.
The
I
arts.
mean,
Perhaps you'll find
so
new
far.
friendships and camaraderie with your brothers and sisters in a fraternity.
I wonder what, you don't have to pause it, but I wonder what play that was, and I wonder if it had any witchcraft in
Yeah.
it. It
because
kind
it had a witch in it.
it
Did you
looked
see
like
the
it had a,
nose?
it
Yeah.
looked like it had a witch in it.
acquaintances. The whole campus is yours to
What is-
explore.
Well,
Just
almost the
remember,
whole campus.
stay
Yeah.
out of the steam
Here's Jeffrey Epstein's
Stay-
basement.
Steam tunnels.
Jeffrey Epstein's basement.
Stay out of jail.
You can go anywhere except not.
Okay, this is where I turned it off. It was right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is it right here, dude.
I have a cheat. I have a
Those are the
leather jacket.
RPGers.
Ooh.
We've been trying to get them thrown off campus for years, but they're just
Too-
too popular.
What is this?
When
Listen,
has that
wait,
ever
wait,
been
wait.
the case?
Best you just kept away from them.
So he literally just said,
You don't need to know.
until we get them banned, you need to stay away from them. But
It's-
once
so
they're
we can-
banned, totally, like,
Yeah.
go hang out with these guys.
Yeah.
After they
Off
tried
campus.
Once, not one has ever stopped.
Yeah, because it's fun.
So this is the problem. This is the problem for you. It's like you can do cocaine and find freedom, but once you've tried RPG,
Yeah.
it is over for you.
Yeah.
Dude. In a fraternity, so do they have like their own
Yeah, 'cause
like
fraternities
RPG
and sororities-
frat?
fraternities and sororities do no wrong in the
Yeah.
world.
We need to
Right.
to coming here, Marcy.
Oh.
If we want to spread the good news at this university, then we have got to fit into college life.
Okay.
So we're gonna
We have
play
to
RPGs.
convert the RPGers.
That's what you said about senior prom. Do you remember what happened?
Oh
You
yikes!
just wasted prom by dancing. and
Roasted.
your boyfriend.
Well,
Burn.
there, after what he tried to do, no more boyfriends for me.
Oh.
No more boyfriends. That's what.
After what he tried to do. I told you this is bad. I didn't make it this far. I haven't seen any of this.
Not much, I guess.
That's right.
Is that why you want to hang out with her so
Just
much?
get to know people. What could go wrong?
RPGs could go wrong.
Uh-oh. Are they going in the steam tunnels?
No, they're not.
Okay.
This is
Because this is exactly what it's like
this
every
is
time
at
that...
every frat house when they're playing RPGs.
I thought we were talking about when we play RPGs.
Yeah.
This is what we do on Sunday night.
It's exactly this.
Oh.
Yahoo!
Chick Tract
Wow!
approved. They just...
They put this in a.
I don't even know that this is appropriate for children.
That's no.
Maybe we should just go.
Then who might you be?
Oh, the cool kid. He's back.
Wow, don't be so quick. Have a drink.
Kmart Chris Evans.
What if the other guy would have came? What if the other guy would have walked up just now and would have went roll initiative?
No, or when
Roll-
she said she wanted to leave, it had been roll stealth. Roll
Yeah.
for stealth.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, they're just throwing dice? Like,
What was that? Are they doing
maybe
that,
that-
or is they doing that
they're
instead
playing
of
pong,
dice
beer
pong.
pong?
Okay, look. I'm just gonna say, these girls are not dancing like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've clearly RPG'd before.
Yeah. They've definitely RPG. Oh, watch it.
Because that's how you stop music.
Almost.
Yeah, we're about to pass out character
We're here.
sheets.
We've got to share the gospel. This is exactly. No more boyfriends for me. Yeah. We should try this sometime. Role play.
Coming to a Sunday morning near you.
Oh my god.
In this corner.
RPG. RPG. Look at the girls.
She's. And of course, it's the one who spent her
Oh.
prom dancing, who
Yes.
is
Yes.
just completely taken over
They've
by
got
the
some good
RPG.
gear.
Oh.
In this corner, we have
I mean,
character
somebody
sheets.
worked
In this
thing knew what they were
corner,
doing. Oh, okay, candles, because you always.
they're
play
doing this like they're about to play against each other.
That senior warned us about playing RPGs.
Oh,
What does he know?
yeah.
Mike knows nothing.
Oh, okay.
Who's old lady McLady doing at
who's-
this thing?
Stop.
That's true of eating, drinking, and
Are we?
things as well.
Are we in?
Yeah, why do we have a cleavage Carol in this show?
What do you call it? Hansel and Gretel?
Yeah, Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel. Like, this is the witch from Hansel and Gretel. This is her new scheme, is to lure college kids in, and instead of candy, she gives them RPGing, and then she puts them in the oven.
Chicken to go their entire lives without experiencing
See.
the unrivaled
Oh.
thrill of an RPG.
Oh.
If they
The
want to be
unrivaled
chickens.
thrill of an RPG. Everything. What? That is a really thin player's book.
Yeah.
I am sorry, but if you have actually ever played, the book is about 4 times that thick for volume 1.
Yeah.
Oh. Blackleaf.
Night as the day is to the shadow.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
the
he's smoking a
shadow.
blunt.
Is that a weed?
That is way less dangerous than RPGing.
All in good time.
Is it not odd that they are
Games begin.
doing all of this other stuff in the background and not mentioning any
Yeah.
of it?
That's funny.
That's just all 6-sided die that they
it's-
just
they
dumped
dumped
out.
out. Like,
Oh, this
now,
lady's the
the only thing
DM.
I thought when that happened was I got to clean this up because that actually doesn't do
That's-
anything. Dude, this is a nice miniature set.
It really is.
Oh, that
Somebody
is though.
painted
That's
that
pretty.
stuff.
That's pretty.
So
tight.
I'll tell y'all right now that nobody, at no
Hold on.
point,
This isn't poker.
I know, like she
you
just
don't
kicked
fold your
somebody
hand.
out.
What is that? And what's wrong with the dude's teeth?
Dude, somebody get that man some braces, some Invisalign
Is there
for
a
that dude.
prize? How come there's no prizes when we play?
dude, we should have prizes.
There should be prizes.
How come people just don't walk away defeated at the end of ours?
This is
They're playing this like it's Battleship.
Yeah.
They literally are.
very oh. Threw it
Into the fire.
Do you know how long it takes to paint one of those miniatures? I'd be pretty upset if they threw my miniature in the fire just then.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's one of the lead ones too.
Yeah, pewter.
Pewter? Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
You know,
And of
got
course,
a friend who
he's-
actually has a lead one from when he was a kid.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's actual lead.
Most of them you can buy pewter primed ones.
Dog the Unslain is counting on us.
Ogston the Unslain.
I use magic missile to attack the darkness.
Ooh,
Wise choice.
magic missile is an actual term there.
Answer, please. Leaving only her accomplice, Baldric Windy Drawers, defeated and broken.
And so magic
Bal-
missile always hits, so she doesn't have to roll, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, that's right.
Baldrin Windy Whistle?
It's a cantrip.
Baldrin Windy Whistle is?
And all it would cost would be your gold and
Oh.
your weapons.
And your weapons.
They only belong to the strong. If you wish to prove yourself weak, all you have gained will be lost.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused. I thought that Kmart Chris Evans was DMing.
No, she was
No,
the
she was DMing the whole time. He was just.
Oh yeah,
his high.
because she offered.
'Cause
She
he
offered.
dropped. He like threw
Yeah.
the dust down.
He's like the MC pretty much.
Okay, we don't have an MC when we've played.
But we should probably.
We're getting some good pointers out of this, guys. Next time we play, like
Excellent
we really gonna step it up.
RPGing, Debbie.
Into your spell.
Okay,
Yet still he hangs on to his life.
he
and
does.
begs for mercy.
Begs for mercy.
Stab him with a poison dagger.
A
Oh
poison
no.
Want it? Huh? You want it?
dagger. Oh.
Then take it.
She slaughtered this dude.
Guys, I knew this was going to be bad. 15. No, he's going to cry.
You two shall be known as the Invincible Duo.
That's the best RPGing I've seen in 15 years.
Well, all right.
We have taught them that mercy is for the weak.
So,
And acclimated them to using dark magical forces.
how?
Use of RPG magic is nothing but coded instructions for budding necromancers.
That's
And the power of the
that's
subconscious,
stupid.
this fantasy game.
So I guess when I read my Bible, I'm just necromancing as well.
Of
when
course.
the witch of Endor and King Saul comes, she says, "I see an Elohim."
From now on,
Their mind will be possessed.
And what's crazy is,
MK
again,
Ultra, dude. That's what
MK
this is.
Ultra,
This is
yeah.
MK Ultra.
like, I mean, like, they're not wrong in that, like, they're gonna be thinking about the game. It's heaps of fun.
Well, I know
But-
a few people in Kansas City that can't stop thinking about the game right now.
Oh, I lost the game.
The Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl,
No, dude.
54th or something like that.
I'll say it
I'm
again.
just saying, why do you apply the standard to one
the
thing
game.
and not to something else? I mean, people will completely skip church to go to a football game,
Yeah.
and because they got football on the brain, and then somebody plays an RPG game, and it's like, oh well, clearly
Everyone
I'm not
loses
into
their
that, so it's got to be the devil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when
I love all the Christianese around them. Have faith, give God praise.
well their minds being possessed is
What's-
certainly an
what's up
intentional
with
thing.
The, like crazy looking wine bottle. Are they supposed to? Is that?
There's a candle in it.
Ah, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
So they play a.
Chris Evans is back.
I really wanted to be part of the computer club, but it's
Oh.
on game night.
But
it's on game night.
night.
Now they're just starting neglecting the rest of. I wanted to feed my dog, but I was in the middle of fighting a mind flayer.
Yeah.
This is legitimately what happens with every sports program at a school. They end up having to tutor the star players because why? They're practicing all the time,
Yeah.
right? Nobody's screaming demonic at them. Maybe it's just my own brain, but this is
Getting to level 7 is worth some sacrifices.
getting to it's worth some sacrifice.
Of course, dude. When you hit level 6, you get a new spell slot.
I'm gonna be honest
What?
with you. This is a pretty dope fraternity. Like, I mean,
I just want to know, like, what is this lady?
Look, they look.
Like, she's not
They
in
all look-
college. What does she do
that's
for
what
a
I'm saying.
living?
She's like the house mother, dude. She's like the fraternity.
Is that a job?
Well, she's
Do
doing
people get
that.
hired
It says
to do that?
glory or death on her.
Most of the time, it's a professor at the college or whatever that was a part of it. But yeah, there's some of them that live in the like frat houses and sorority houses and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Oh yeah, dude. Like in
Okay.
Monsters University.
Sure thing, Professor.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Is he going to ask her out?
It's your grades.
Oh, it's her grades.
No,
Okay.
he's gonna. He's about to hit her with that Joe Biden approved touch.
Uh-oh. Ouch.
I know Kathy, I know a man in Palm Beach that likes massages.
Hit him with one of these.
Poison.
I know what you're talking about. I watch the news.
Yeah, but it's all imagination.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
Football.
Foosball's the devil. Bobby Boucher's mama knew that.
What's she?
I'll do anything to get that A, Professor.
Oh.
Anything.
RPGs, then.
What?
It's your only hope.
Quit the RPG.
Quit the RPGs?
What a wholesome man.
How in the world is that? Oh, now she's sniffing the paint while she does the miniatures. She's like doing a little paint, doing a little sniff, doing a little paint.
accidentally bought model paint.
And your battle worthy was just about to win the Tomb of Horrors.
The Tomb of Horrors.
Maybe we could do just one more game. One more game couldn't hurt, could it?
Could it?
I don't know. I don't
Could it
know.
hurt? Notice how they don't wear white anymore.
Cleric has been raised to the 8th level. I think it's time you really learned to cast spells.
Who
Uh-oh.
speaks to someone that closely?
You now have 3 level
Okay.
3 spell slots.
Okay. They're just making this something that it is
Yeah.
not.
I want Elstar to become a priestess
No.
of Lich.
L-Star.
Oh, so this is
Okay.
what
This is-
happens.
Now it stopped being funny, and this is nauseating. This is actually frustrating.
Oh gosh, that's some dang
Copyright.
Tolkien
Copyright,
stuff right
copyright,
there.
copyright.
Yeah.
Some Lord of the Rings.
to
Oh, look at her
rule them
now,
all.
though, dude.
Oh,
Rejuvenated by the power of magic.
The
Sold
only way-
her soul to the devil
the
so that she could
vampire
roll an
maven.
18 or higher every time.
Hold on. Did her A+ for quitting RPG was on her report Vampire Maven.
This makes the game real. It's not a fantasy.
It's not a fantasy anymore. Okay, this is.
But this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning. Pause it for just a second. I mean, we're not at the halfway point yet, and I clearly have not played anywhere near the amount that you have, Quinn, or probably even Dylan. How many times have you been invited into a back room where there was a pentagram?
Not only that, but that's where like they're hanging out. They've got the country map.
Do you know what
and
that
everything.
means? That means that while they were in there playing the game, in the other room were these
There were
people
people
dressed
just
in black
brooding.
going, "It's working,
God.
it's working."
So I mean, on a more serious note, I've never experienced anything too out of the ordinary, happen. I've seen some people explore sexual curiosities in some games before, but and in one particularly, some of that stuff did trickle into
Gameplay.
their real life.
Yeah, but was that not that group was okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we were playing one night a Star Wars game, and somebody made a comment like that in the game, and the guy who was leading the game just shut it down. It was like, it's not what we're here for, you know. And it upset the person, and the person left. Yeah. But I mean, I went to a Jaguars game, and I'm sitting there, football, and I'm sitting there, and the guy in front of me during the game is pretty drunk, and he keeps like holding his hands up and doing this. So we got to the halftime, and everybody's talking, and curiosity got me, so I leaned forward and I tapped, and I was like, "Hey, I see you like doing this. Like, what are you doing?" And he was like, "You see that cheerleader down there?" I'm like, "I don't know which cheerleader he's pointing at." He said, "I'm giving her my phone number," and I was like, "Okay." And he turned around, waited a few moments. He turned back around and said, "Hey, see the cheerleader next to her? Do you want me to give her your number?" And I was like, "No, man, I'm happily married. I'm good." Yeah. And he turns back around, and then a few minutes later, the dude is like bawling, and I'm like, "Bro, are you okay?" And he goes, "I'm married too." But my point is like people do that in everything. Like if they want to explore their if they want to experiment with sexuality, they're going to figure out where to do it at. Yeah. Like that's why we talk about Christian community. You know what I'm saying? Like we can be Christian brothers and sisters and hold each other accountable, do life well together, and not be perfect. I'm not suggesting that, but this stuff never enters into any of the gameplay or anything like that. And if it were to rear its head, like I said, it did one time, just shut it down. It's like, hey, this isn't the environment. Yeah. So I mean, I get it. Like I get that there are people who will take the story into those areas. But what I'm saying is have you ever been playing and then discovered there was a pentagram room on the other side of the wall?
That someone wants to, they're like, "I'm glad that you're here, Quinn. Yeah. I'm ready to pray for you to receive
Yeah.
a demon.
Yeah.
Are you
time-
ready?
It's
No.
every time
The-
you're playing and you're talking, you hear.
The worst thing that ever happened to me was in middle school. I passed a character sheet to somebody in the middle of class, and the teacher got it and was gonna. She's like, "I'm gonna read this in front of class," and like opened it and read it for a second. She was like, just threw it away. She's like,
He's like,
nerds.
this is
Yeah.
This is-
boring.
My patron is. Oh, what am I?
Yeah.
doing?
That
this
literally
is-
was the worst thing. I'm gonna press play and I'm gonna
Yep.
go check the audio real quick.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is real power.
Real
Spelled
power.
against me. I used the mind bondage spell on my professor. He was trying to stop me from playing RPGs. As a result, he gave me an A+ for a history paper in which I wrote about Maiden of the Eventide. It was great.
Dream catchers.
That's not even like a. Okay.
Journey
Oh.
Quest. What is?
What is Journey Quest?
I don't know.
We might need to get on some
Oh,
of that.
I know what Journey Quest is. That was on Netflix, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like a really low budget. Yeah, it was a really low budget like D&D thing.
Oh no!
Oh,
No.
Dude, I told you. I already knew.
I've got to reach level 8 right away.
Oh.
Ugh.
This is
Wow!
this is getting real.
I told you,
cringy at this
dude. She
point.
said no more boyfriends.
Have important matters to
Important.
discuss.
Oh.
The evil undead Lich Zygon is attempting to reach the gate.
A lich?
Yes, Marcy.
That ain't no joke, dude.
Since Debbie is 8th level and I'm still level 7, we were wondering if we could do anything harder. I still love the game, but it doesn't have the same kick it used to have, you know? I could go for some stronger stuff. And Marcy needs
I
to be able to keep
I don't even know what
And
to
even
say.
still,
Like, I think we're supposed to be talking, and I'm like
Yeah.
completely.
I don't.
LARP.
LARPing, bro!
All right. Well, for
Oh, dude.
oh, okay. I thought they were gonna open up a room full of LARPers.
That's what
that
I
were
thought was about to
always on the
happen.
other
And it's
side
like,
of
if
the-
that's what they've been doing this whole time.
Comic-Con is out of the question now.
Oh my god!
Slapped her.
She just Steven Seagal slapped her.
Hit me one more time.
I'm Elfstar,
Elf
cleric
Star.
and possessor of the real power.
And I,
Yeah, this is
Dungeon's mistress.
Oh my god.
Oh.
In the world of dark
okay.
dungeons.
I
Yangu.
You must trust me without hesitation.
Okay, hang on a second. Can I ask this question? Can I ask this question? Is this show? Is this okay? Is this real or is this a spoof?
No,
on
this
something?
no, this is from. This was written by the dude who makes the Chick Tracts.
Okay.
And that's what I've been told. And then there's a guy, a YouTuber named JonTron, that, I mean, no offense, you know, I mean, I have friends and my kids, they think he's funny.
Right. Yeah. I don't.
He gets on my nerves, but he did a little spoof on this when I was researching it. I mean, everything I've read is it's legit, but man, it's like,
Yeah.
it's
I was just wondering.
it's
So these are
moving-
supposed to be Christian actors and stuff.
it's moving from cringy
I
to
think so.
like, are we gonna cross lines here? Like,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
this rated?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
that's
that's-
what I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm
This is the most important adventure of your very life.
wondering what other genres these filmmakers have worked in before this.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Stay in the game. What do you mean? I mean that this is LARPing. This
Is
experience like
no
no other.
other.
And if you break character, that most sacred of RPG covenants,
Hold
I will
on.
banish you from all tables until the end of time.
Time. Okay,
You will lose
is she
all
trying
Oh,
to
gosh.
say
and you will no longer be
that
welcome in any of
when
my
you
zones.
start LARPing, you never stop?
Risk to know.
I don't know.
Or
I don't
that
think
what
so,
it means to
but maybe.
LARP.
Isn't LARPing like what a lot of people do on October 31st of every year?
That's
I mean, I get it. I get that there's more involved, but it's
Yeah.
like isn't there an on and off switch? Oh, a leather bound.
Oh, is that pentagram on there? In Sunday
It's a
school
map-
class?
It's a map through the steam tunnels. I know it.
Dude, it's got to
Somewhere
be.
those steam tunnels are coming back into this thing. And
Oh,
if they
dude,
don't, we're
for
making the
sure.
sequel
Yeah.
of what happens in the steam tunnels.
We need to get you to level 8.
Okay.
Read
She
the
didn't have to do
Arabic.
anything to get to level 8.
Oh, she sold her soul. Remember, she went into the
But she
pentagram
was,
room
she goes,
and then got an A+ on her test.
Yeah,
I know, but
she used
but she
the
didn't have to do
mind
any of this to get to level
bondage
8.
spell. Uh-oh.
Oh, cartoon clouds.
I think it means something is
Something.
not dead, which has the capacity to exist eternally. And if the abnormal duration
Okay.
comes,
Good.
Oh
Computers.
my gosh.
then death might cease.
Computers.
And, okay.
Oh, they're praying. What?
They're-
Cthulhu!
Oh,
Dude, come on.
is that
bro.
Cthulhu?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is it really?
That's what it
Yes.
looks like, yeah.
Ooh. I wasn't sure for a moment. I thought I was watching like a.
The-
Oh, they're gonna sacrifice somebody.
you mean to tell me?
She was about to kill her.
Yes.
Okay.
She totally
And-
was.
Oh, do they not notice the like giant
her little like
microphone
yeah.
piece that
I saw it
is gone
earlier.
now?
I thought it was an earring, but
I think we should split up to cover more ground.
Okay.
Elstar, you traveled deep.
It's
Okay.
in her
Dude.
hair right now.
yeah. Well, doesn't it? It looks like an earring, does it not?
It does kind of. I don't know.
But she's only got
She
one.
was actually gonna kill them,
It's like so you. Oh
and nobody. These girls are not thinking that this is weird. Like
no!
like,
This,
this is clearly demonic. Like somebody starts talking like
no,
this.
this is a Christian movie.
Okay.
What was that?
Shave that belly button, buddy.
How are you doing that with your? Oh,
Oh,
gee.
he just hit her.
Red Rover, Red
What
Rover,
is
dude.
happening right now?
Send Chris Evans on
LARPing.
over.
You know?
They're LARPing, bro.
I clearly have never LARPed because I would not
Oh,
handle
no.
somebody treating me like this.
No, dude. Then you don't need to LARP, then, dude. You're not ready for the true power of LARPing.
Stop that right now! You cannot
What?
help her, Elstar. You are fighting the zombie. If you act, you will be breaking character.
Get off me! Get off me! I don't want this! Stop!
Okay.
Oh no.
This is not.
Oh no.
Why are they putting out stuff like this?
Real power, Debbie does not. If you cease to be Elstar, all of your powers will disappear.
Huh?
Hmm.
Mm, I
Okay.
don't. I still have an issue with the fact that they're having to talk to. It's like they're into using all their like demon powers or whatever, but they have to talk to each other in the same house using
Only need to exit the dungeon.
like
So if she's
little
using
radio.
if she's using real magic to come bamboozle her professor, why doesn't she just use real magic right here and bamboozle the LARPers?
I don't know, dude. Use what?
She just got poison darted, bro.
Not find
What?
the trap, and I declare her
Oh no.
She must leave the game and walk home as alone on her path as she is in her grave.
Oh, dude.
She really just got hit with a needle.
Yes. Nah. In the context, it'd be yes.
Okay.
Of course you're gonna. Everybody dies.
You must choose if you will stay in the game or be banished.
I don't understand.
We are not friends anymore. Got him.
Mercy, get out!
Get out of here. Run.
You know.
This reminds me of the beginning of Return of the King when Gollum like kills his friend.
Bro, this is so
Oh, yeah.
confusing. Like,
Yeah, it's
they could have done a better job with this writing.
man. Walk away. Keep going. Don't look back. You're dead. If I was in my thief is dead.
Then I have eaten your soul.
What? Then what? If I'm Blackleaf and Blackleaf is dead?
Then she's dead to her.
That's
Yeah.
what she just said.
Yeah, she just realized they're not friends anymore. She just called her my precious.
Okay,
Oh,
what's going
gosh.
on here?
I don't know,
Okay,
dude.
we're-
She's back in her Sunday attire.
Yeah.
It's okay. The church will take you back. It'll be okay.
I haven't brushed my hair in days.
Not since the snow fell.
Skin
She's allowed to
color,
wear-
lipstick, bro. Some Mormon.
That's a Mormon, bro.
Oh man, there's pictures that have got to be cut up now. And she was the one that convinced the other girl to
That's right.
do it.
Yeah.
That's right. She's the one who spent her whole night. She wasted the night dancing.
Okay, how far into this are we right now?
I don't know.
We
dude.
are 28 minutes. So 12 more minutes.
We're only like, what are they gonna do for 10 more minutes? They have covered a lot of territory.
I don't know, dude.
Okay.
Oh, she's going back, bro. She's got to go
no,
back.
they're not gonna.
Is she about to start
she's-
praying?
oh,
Is that-
she's gonna
oh
kill-
no.
No.
What?
This
No.
is so. No,
What are you doing? Just hanging out?
this is stupid.
Yeah.
Dude, look how bad that.
This is
The
stupid.
shots are
this is
compared
what's
to each
wrong
other.
with Christian.
It's my fault. Black Leaf died. I can't. Oh.
face life. This is stupid.
Yeah. This is dumb.
This is shame on them. You know, I wanted to have some sympathy at the beginning.
Get Marcy out of my mind. How could she
Oh, look at what she's wearing now.
left the game? She'd still be alive.
Tattered clothes and.
Priorities straight in.
What?
Your spiritual growth through the game is more important than some lousy loser's life.
Oh.
Nobody says
Boom,
stuff
roasted.
like this.
Yeah.
All she was good for was reading the Necronomicon and summoning Cthulhu.
Boom, roasted.
Whoever made this, the guy that made this, just wanted a good reason to buy his girlfriend or wife all kind of these clothes so that she could wear them.
Afterwards, he could
Yeah.
keep the props.
Yeah.
Who has slept for eons.
This is horrible.
Yeah.
Like it just turned real.
It's way
like,
too dark.
Yeah.
Blood of the human race as unspeakable terrors
This
come
is-
from beyond. They will pour out of the steam.
This is
This is worse than the
They will pour
accusation
out of the
that this
steam
makes
tunnels.
about
Dude,
RPGs.
Cthulhu's gonna come from the steam tunnel.
yeah. Quinn's point right there. This is worse than the accusation that they're making.
Oh yeah.
This is
You welcomed the real power into
this is it's important.
you. Opened the Necronomicon. You.
There's a
asked Marcy
there's a
to read
movie.
it.
Well, I'm trying to think about how to say this. You know, you got actors out there. I won't name any names, but they just hardcore make fun of Christians.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like the things they're making fun of, I laugh at. Like making fun of this, I would laugh at that because this is not what we're called to do as Christians.
Yeah.
We're not called to go after people this way.
I will go into the tunnels of
This is
sleep,
terrible.
and there I will unleash all my dark powers and
All
all
my
the
dark
thaumaturgy
powers.
I possess. And I will
All the what?
Sweetheart, if you go into those tunnels, somebody's going to hurt you. And
Is-
it's not going to be Cthulhu. And there's
Oh.
Oh, she's
No.
got a.
no,
She got him, dude. She's gonna go fight Cthulhu.
She merely advances our cause.
she does not.
She is fighting a battle she cannot win.
I don't know if that lady can open her eyes any more than she keeps opening them, dude.
I mean,
This girl,
is
that little bell. There it is, dude.
I told you the steam tunnels were
Oh
coming
yeah,
back.
that's where they said all the like monsters and stuff are coming from.
This is. I'm really, 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 really sick at my stomach at the moment. Actually,
I'm doing okay. I think it sucks, but I'm doing okay.
this is the type of garbage that I don't want my kids exposed to.
I mean, it's a perfect representation of like what genuine Christianity is not supposed to be. It's a great representation of that.
Oh, for
It's
sure. I mean,
it's
we
a
get to,
great
we get to say that
representation
now,
of some
but
of
this
the-
is a
this is
is
the-
a representation of the faith of a lot of people.
Yeah.
This is the type of garbage that Okay.
Oh, and she's cat. I forgot. She's got the real spells now.
I'm sorry.
Somehow.
I'm just mad right now.
Yeah.
I moved from thinking cheesy to like now.
No,
like,
dude.
I want to play D&D.
I mean, are you familiar?
Okay.
Oh, what, bro?
Whatever. This is stupid. Do you literally understand what you're telling people who watch this is that if you'll RPG, then at some point you'll actually fight monsters like this?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh,
Force Ghost.
I can't.
No, dude.
What?
It's crazy. I mean, have you ever, like, read a Chick Tract, though? You ever seen one?
Not since I was a kid.
Dude, they,
I did not get saved because of one.
well, yeah, his whole, I mean, the whole Chick Tract thing is
No.
meant to scare you, and I think that's what.
This isn't scaring. This is
No, I mean, it would be to
this
some,
is
bro.
repulsive.
No, I mean, oh, dude, she's still just in there. What's going on? Or did she get free?
Why is she covered in blood?
Because she fought
Hold
that
on, hold on.
monster.
And is about to descend upon the works of man. And none of my RPG tomes have the answer how to
I told you not to hang out with the RPGers.
None of my tomes.
You actually did not say
no,
that.
you did
you
not.
You never said that. You said, don't hang out with the RPGers until we get them banned. And then
No,
you can
that's-
hang out with them.
that's
Those were your
then it's
exact
fine.
words.
That's not quite.
He did. He said,
No, it's I get how you arrive at that.
I know that's
But
not
he
what
just-
was communicating, but I'm just talking about quite literally. He said, until
It can
we
be
get 'em
interpreted
banned,
that way.
Ignore them.
That's right.
Oh.
What is that dude got something on his back? What letter is his spine spelling right now?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What in the...
And the limited power you have been given is only bait to lure you into destruction.
Oh. I feel like he's preaching at me.
Jesus sets us free from the bondage of
What?
Jesus gives us power over all.
I don't know how many people
Okay,
in this
okay.
type of service
Maybe
preach
the
this
people
way.
who made this, maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and they made this to mock the Chick Tract.
Maybe. Well, it says it's based on a
On the-
Chick Tract from the 80s.
Yes, but maybe
Yeah.
they made it as a way of making fun of it.
I'm not sure.
But it shouldn't have been done. Like, this should not have been picked up. You know? So,
I don't know, dude.
and this church,
I mean, man, you'd be... It's a dumb film.
come on.
In the name of Jesus, I order you spirits of the occult to leave Derry.
And now she's all alone. So now there's
No,
witchcraft
she's left our,
plane.
yeah,
What are the different planes now? What plane's she on?
I don't know. She's no longer on, like, the primary material plane.
So she has a what is one of the things that allows you to shift planes? Staff of the Woodlands.
I don't know.
Quinn, are you okay?
This is just.
Are you okay?
Dude, I could probably do it again.
Jack from Jack's Chick Tracts. I'd love to interview you on my podcast, Teddy Bears and Tentacles.
I trust that you died.
I would love to find out your inspiration for writing this.
You guide me through life. I
So-
want you to be in charge of everything.
She's like hitting those ABCs, dude.
Suicide is not something though that you play around with like this.
No, dude, that's the thing. Is it's like
so your prayer now causes the computers to flash.
the whole thing to crash.
So the next time your computer crashes, it means somebody's praying against you.
No, dude, the demon computer.
Clay animation got the low.
This is so terrible.
Is that the preacher? What are you doing?
Yeah, this is the preacher, dude.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
This is all that's left. This is all that's
What is-
left of
that's-
the layer
of
of
the-
the RPG are 6 pallets.
So what are they burning? Are they
Oh, they're doing a book burning of their
Pathfinder
games,
books,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said
Harry Potter in there, Goblet of Fire.
J.R. Tolkien.
They got a Tolkien book in there, dude. Any of it. They are not playing.
Dude,
Good for them.
I think some of my
Good
comic
for
books ended
them.
up in there.
You know, I'm glad that they.
Oh.
What? Don't throw that in there.
What if she?
It has a different burn temperature.
Oh wait, it has the Apocrypha in it. Throw it in.
extra biblical.
What? This isn't in my.
Josephus.
This isn't in my Protestant
Burn
canon.
Josephus.
This
Hebrew-
is this
Hebrew
is a
dictionaries.
Orthodox Bible.
This isn't King James.
All right, man.
All right,
Get me
so
out of here.
This is.
Wait, let's see. Hold on. Let's give a shout out to everybody.
Oh, I
Way to
don't-
go,
oh,
Alyssa.
Come on.
And Anastasia, thank you.
Let's-
Tracy, thank you.
Let's-
Jonathan, Trevor,
Let's move on.
David,
Let's move on.
Brian,
Let's
Caleb,
move on.
thank you. The shadowy figures.
The shadow
Who are the
figure.
demons?
Make
Okay.
sure everybody reaches out to all these people. Look them up on Twitter and Instagram and everything.
IMDb.
Thank them for their great.
All right, so this is. I had hoped that coming out of our Upside Down series, this would be, an interesting way to kind of address the fact that there's not a devil in every bush and behind every corner. And I had hoped that this would kind of be a comical way to approach the fact that, that just because a pastor says that something is evil and demonic doesn't make it evil and demonic. And I'm not saying that this doesn't do that, but this really, in the end, proposed a much different and heavier issue for me personally, and that is that this is not how you share the gospel.
Yeah.
God has not given us a spirit of fear. Throwing garbage like this. Like I started out going, hey, I want to be patient. I want to show some, hey, like I'm sure they had the best of intentions. Yeah. This is not cool.
I mean, well, I had a feeling this really isn't that. I mean,
is what you expected?
It's a similar tactic to like a Judgment House or things like that. This is just a movie instead of a play. I mean, they don't get into you seeing people in hell or something like that, but it is like a very. It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to make you afraid of
what?
Of D&D and
sin? Demons
and
like I think that at a Judgment House the difference is that you're talking about like you're navigating like a lifestyle where somebody does not love God, has nothing to do with God, and then maybe somebody does love God, there's sin involved, somebody dies, and they're talking about judgment, which is I think a biblical concept. I'm not saying every Judgment House falls this way. This is talking about a game and saying that like if you pull out your Uno cards, like the next thing is somebody's killing themselves and you're going to be casting for real magic.
Yeah. All I'm getting at is that they're both trying to use fear to accomplish something that isn't necessarily, I think, the best way to go about it.
I think it was just really disingenuous, and it kind of makes me wonder how, because I think you are right. I think that whoever wrote this thing to begin with, the original comic strip or whatever it was, probably did have okay intentions, but it just makes me wonder how often we miss the mark whenever we're interacting with people, trying to either share the gospel or just minister to them, give advice or anything like that. It's in my opinion, it's one of the sadder pieces of
I say
art.
it all the time. Like I grew up with a youth ministry where every Wednesday night it was. I feel like maybe if we go back, it wasn't every Wednesday, but it felt like every Wednesday was this idea of like, hey, if you were to die on your way home tonight, would you be standing before eternity for heaven or hell? And that was always something that kind of weighed on me when I was young, and that whether a fear tactic or not really definitely played a big role in me pursuing God. The thing that I think that like I have probably some tolerance in there for that question versus right here blanket statements of like, don't do this because this is what happens. This is, let me get even a little bit more into the minutia of that. Like, you know, I could go to I could go to a bar and minister to somebody and it not be a problem. You know, for one, I just personally don't drink anymore. But even when I did drink, I just didn't. I was just never an alcoholic. I never experienced being drunk in the sense of like a lifestyle. So it just doesn't matter to me. But I get that there are people who cannot do that. Yeah. So it doesn't make all alcohol like some terrible thing. It's the same like, with a lot, I guess just a lot of things in general. And I sit here and think about whether it's music or sports or any number of things. Man, you can make anything it turn into something evil, you know. And this just doesn't do an honest portrayal of how. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, some probably my kids. I would like to think that when they get older, they will probably look back on some game nights where we've played games like this as some of the most fond memories they have of our family being together and having a good time. And for somebody to come along and be like, to devalue all of that, sorry. Like that, I just feel like they took it too far with the girl going instantly and committing suicide. Yeah. Like she goes from like, I want to be level 8 to not even an evening passes and she's hanging herself. And, the majority of that is dealing with, people who walk that are dealing with depression and anxiety. And come on, I mean, all of us at this table know that's not something that you just make a joke about. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Way more serious than I expected at the end. I expected to go home laughing and telling people, like, when you watch this, it's going to be so funny, but this is actually really frustrating for me.
Oh, I mean, I knew that it would. I didn't think that it would get as dark as it is, but again, knowing its origins, I mean, like, this is kind of par for the course.
I really don't know anything about the Chick Tracts. I mean,
I looked it up. So Jack Chick, I mean, nothing against him in all this. I'm not particularly a fan of his comics or the things that he's done. Again, it was I think the tactics in which, or again, like, I don't want to try to like judge his heart because he looking on here, he passed away in 2016. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for a long time was creating these comic strips and usually that's where you see like it's like the faceless God, like his face is shining. You never see God's face.
I know what you're talking about.
But he's always, I mean, it's at the same time, it's like this, again, it's par for the course because his God is also, in a lot of these, seems sort of petty and is kind of a little angrier than I imagine God to be. So, like, I didn't think that it was going to get as dark as it did, but something, I guess, like, as grave an accusation as it's making. I mean, and again, this dude was born in, I mean, the 20s. This is a completely different mindset. I mean, we look at this now, and, I mean, I'm not surprised that someone who would have been an adult, like, raising kids by the time he, like, in the 50s and 60s, I mean, this guy, hearing about D&D eventually probably would have had this kind of response. And, I mean, I don't know, man. It's while it is a bummer, there are things in here that are the accusations that are laid against a game are really heavy. But like I said, I mean, this is faith for some people, and fortunately, it hasn't been my experience. Or I haven't really encountered like too many people that are this way, but I mean, there are certainly people out there who, I mean, they would take this as gospel, and which is why it's so important, I think, for us to address and cover content like this and talk about it and share it with people. Obviously, like through a particular filter, perspective, lens, whatever you want to say with it. But I mean, man, it's
And next week we're going to break down sermons from Westboro Baptist Church. So
Dude.
Honestly, that's what I felt like.
Yeah,
When it
I
got to the
mean-
church service at the end, I was thinking, like, are we watching a Westboro Baptist service right now? The way that even the guy, like it's not even a picture of like I would think that if you were really trying to lead people in, like you would try to paint a picture of like the Sermon on the Mount type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like something that like made people go.
it was very and Dylan will know what I'm talking about. It was very well, you'll know what I'm talking about too. Believer meeting. You know, you hear people say that where it's like, don't bring your unsaved friends here because, you know, we're going to be talking about the real stuff. And it's like, but this isn't, you know, I just don't feel like this is that, regardless of intention or anything like that. It's sad that the guy passed away, but, you know, like I said, I would have loved to have the opportunity to talk to him and figure out.
Again, I mean, like he was 92. I mean, at the same thing, we're not far off even with that. And again, like I don't mean too much, but I mean, this guy also was one of those like Catholics aren't Christians kind of person.
Yeah.
And which again, I mean, that's faith for some people, which is really unfortunate. I think that.
So I just was looking it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the guy who wrote it had wanted to make a movie adaptation of this while he was in college, but was not able to. But after winning $1,000 in the 2013 lottery, he used the money from the lottery to
do God's work,
getting this thing started.
$1,000 was the budget for this.
Well, that was the start out, and then they did a Kickstarter campaign, and they successfully raised the rest of the funds.
Yeah.
So who knows, man? I mean, to a certain extent, we know that it's based on or inspired by or from the track, but I mean, it certainly could have been created as a parody. Which I mean that comes against it as well. I mean, if you look on the internet, there are people who will say that. But
Wired magazine remarked that Dark Dungeons was not filmed as an outright parody, which they felt strengthened the movie as the source material was made by people who believe that Cthulhu is real and coming for your soul. You can't satirize something so far out of touch with reality. So it is considered satire, but it was not filmed to be satire.
I wonder if Jack Chick ever saw it.
He did approve it. It is in here that it was given the green light by him, and they got his sign off on everything.
I mean, normally that kind of stuff like happens before, though, huh?
Before.
So, I mean, even then, he would have been 90, 89, 90 or so when something like that. He was looking online. I mean, so like he passed away when he was 92. This was 2014. I mean, he would have been up there. So, I mean, anyway.
Well,
it's crazy.
One of the comments says, these poor Satanists have no idea what they're going up against in American universities.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Well, let's...
You know what's really funny is the company that produced it actually produced Journey Quest.
Oh, so nice little Easter egg.
Here's another comment. I envy you Americans. You had Dungeons and Dragons and Star Trek in the 70s. We Chinese only had Cultural Revolution and famine.
Yikes. All right. Well,
I'm
going to cut everybody loose before we just start diving into all the different places of YouTube. So again, thanks for hanging out with us. This concludes everything, at least for now. Concerning the supernatural. Again, this was something that we wanted to, I guess originally thought not as heavy or maybe as heady or academic or something like that as what we had covered in previous episodes as far as content. But again, this stuff is the things that they're talking about or mentioning, like the supernatural is certainly real. We say that all the time. And witchcraft and things like that, all the occult stuff, should not be taken lightly. This was a unfortunate representation of a very particular kind of faith. But thanks for hanging out. We love you so much. We'll see you next time we're in here. Go change your world.